Hello everyone and welcome back. In this lecture we'll continue with our variable length arguments discussion. In the last lecture we looked at non-keyword variable length arguments, and in this lecture we'll look at keyword variable length arguments. So keyword variable length arguments are defined by double asterisks. It means that it's a keyword variable length argument. And in this case, we have to specify the keyword. Okay? Let's look at an example. Let's define a function. Let's say kwargs for keyword arguments. And let's say our function takes two attributes, argument 1 and then keyword arguments, keyword args. So then the name here doesn't matter, but the double asterisk. You'll see this name on textbooks and people usually use this name, keyword args, but you can use any name that you want. Okay, let's print first argument is, and then our arg1, and we can say for our key in keyword args, print keyword variable length argument. So in this case we'll have it will be more like a dictionary, since we assign values. For keyword arguments we say the argument name and then the value, right? So it will be like more like a key and value combination. So we can format this. We'll use some string formatting. That format, first one will pass key, and for our second one we'll pass the keywords arguments. Keyword args at index key. Okay. Now let's call our function keyword arguments, and first let's pass just one argument. Run it. So we get first argument. Let me make it argument. First argument is 1, which is good. Similar to the non-keyword variable length arguments, keyword arguments can have 0 or more arguments. So in this case we only have one argument. What if we pass, let's say 1 and another keyword argument? Let's say x is equal to 3, and run it. In this case we have keyword variable length argument x. So this is our formatting. X is equal to 3. For key in keyword arguments, which is x is equal to, and then the value of x, which is 3. Okay. Next, let's pass a few more arguments, few more keyword arguments. Let's say y is equal to 5, a is equal to, say, Python, and b is equal to programming. So if we run this, we get our first argument, which is 1, the first argument we passed. And then we have this 4 keyword arguments, right? That's the key, and then value, key value, key value. So in our formatting, we have our key, then the value, right? For key in keyword arguments. So that's, which is this, print the key and the value. So again, here the name doesn't matter. You can name it. You can use any name. For instance, I could have said, let me copy this. Let's say argument 1. Here I could have said, let's say KW. And then we can change this to, let's say, for I in KW, keyword variable length argument, print. So we're gonna format it, I the key, and then the value, KW at index I. So we could have said that also. And let's call our function kvar, and then let's pass, let's say, Python x is equal to programming, let's say y is equal to 5 and z is equal to 8. Let's run this. So we get the same result. First argument is Python. In this case, Python is the first argument we passed is our formal argument 1. And then the rest of the arguments are our keyword variable length arguments. First one, y is equal to 5, x is equal to programming, and then we have z is equal to 8. So keyword variable length arguments. The most important thing is the double asterisk, right? That's what is important, not the name here. This example is just to show you that we can name it whatever we want, but we have to be consistent, right? Good. Okay, next thing I want to show you is what if we have both keyword argument and non-keyword arguments in our function definition. Okay, let's look at that example. Let's create a function. Let's call it keyword. Let me simply call it all arguments. That means keyword, non-keyword, any kind of argument. Okay, and let's pass 3 parameters, argument 1, and then non-keyword variable length arguments. Then we have our keyword variable length arguments, and let's say the function simply prints first argument is, then argument 1, then we can say for arg in args, this is for the non-keyword variable length arguments, we can say print, here are the non-keyword variable length arguments. Then we can have our arguments, and let's have a for loop for the keyword variable length arguments also. Let's say for key in keyword variable length arguments, let's print, here are the keyword variable length arguments, Okay, and again we'll format it using string formatting, the dot format method. Then we'll pass key, then keyword variable length arguments at index key. Okay, that looks good. Now let's call our function, all args. Then we can pass values like, let's say 1, 3, 5, 7, 4, 6. Let's say x is equal to Python, y is equal to programming, z is equal to keyword argument. Okay, let's have those and run it. So the first one, as always, is our formal keyword, our formal argument, the required argument. Then we have, so the next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the next 5 arguments are our non-keyword variable length arguments, right? And then the last 3 we have our keyword variable length arguments. Here are the keyword variable length arguments: the key and value, right? Key and value. Okay, this is to show you that we can have all these arguments in the same function. And as always, we can have 0 or more arguments for this variable length arguments. For instance, if I have only one argument, let's say Python, that's absolutely fine. And we only get first argument is Python. That's why these arguments are important. If you are not sure how many arguments you want to pass when you define your function, you can use this variable length arguments to define your function. One last thing I want to mention is that when you have all these arguments, it's important to state your keyword variable length arguments at the end when you call out your function. Otherwise, you'll get an error. Let me show you what I mean. So if I copy this, and let's say args, run this, and then if I call the function args, and if I pass, let's say 2, 4, 5, and then let's say a is equal to Python, then if I have 8 and 10, run it, this will give us an error. It says non-keyword argument after keyword arguments. So when you have keyword arguments, they should come at the end. It should be the last parameter in your function call. That's important to remember, okay? Now we can fix this, then change this to here, 8, 10, and then run it. Now you should be fine. Great. This is all I have for you. Thank you everyone, and I'll see you at the next lecture.